Welcome back, guys, to another session, guys. Episode number 5 on the maps. We're gonna, guys, go straight to it. I don't want us to waste time. So now we're going to look at question number 5 here. It says study the map below and answer the question that follow. So now we're gonna look at this and study it and try to analyze it. But if we look at this map, basically we can see that we have these 2 points here, Bloemfontein, and then we have this vertical national road, which is N1, which connect it to Pretoria, and there's also past Johannesburg before we get to Pretoria. So these are the 2 far points, therefore. And then while on the other side, on the left-hand side, we can easily see that there's a distance. The distance from Pretoria to here at the bottom, which is Bloemfontein, connects with this point. So it's about 455, and the distance from Bloemfontein to Pretoria is also the same distance as 455. And also we have the national route using these icons. We can see these icons, these pentagons here, they're indicating the national routes. And also this circle, you remember that from the previous videos that they indicate the towns that are there. And also we have also the places of interest, which are represented by the squares here in this map. And also you have other routes, which like about your regional routes, therefore, which like, for example, the R48. So those are the some information that you can pick up from this. Right, guys, I don't want us to waste time. I want us to get straight into it and answer the question. So here are the questions this side. Now we've analyzed the map now, and then let's look at the questions. Now 5.1 says identify the type of map displayed above. I think yes, I think you have guessed it correct, guys. And then this is what you know. This is a strip map. Yeah, you've guessed it correct. Or if you say chart, it's still okay. That is correct. So that is the correct answer for 5.1. Now calculate the distance to Pretoria. So we are looking at these 2 far points here. As you can see, Bloemfontein and Pretoria. So the distance between these 2 points. Okay, so you can use the left-hand side from here, from this 0, and then getting down here to Bloemfontein. So this vertical line is the same as this line, is distance this side. So you can see that the distance between these 2 points, it is about 455 kilometers. So that is the distance between the 2 points, is 455 kilometers apart. Now they say now determine the number of national routes found on the map. So yeah, the map, guys, it has a lot of national roads there. So national roads, as you can see, we have your N4, we have N3, N1, we have N12, we have N5, we have N8. So all in all, if we can calculate that, we can see that on this map there are about 6 national routes. Yeah, there are 6 national routes, and that is should be your answer for this one. And then getting now to the next question. Now it says to us identify the national road from Bloemfontein to Johannesburg via Kimberley. So now let's look at that. So here is Bloemfontein. So if you're going to Johannesburg, there is this part here at the top before Pretoria, but you're not going to go straight using N1, but you're going to via Kimberley. So what is the national road that you're going to use? Therefore, if you're gonna via Kimberley, therefore you can see the national road that we find here. It is N12. So that will be your answer for this one. Now calculate the total distance from Lady Brand to Kopies. So now let's look at Lady Brand. So where is Lady Brand? Lady Brand is here at the bottom of this map here. So here is Lady Brand. So now when we go to Lady Brand, so you must go via Bloemfontein. So that is another distance that is that is horizontal. So the distance from here using N8, therefore you're going to travel how many kilometers? Here's the distance here. The distance is about 139. So therefore that means that is the first distance that you're going to travel, number 1. So we're going to say the distance, therefore, is 139 kilometers from there to Bloemfontein. But where are we heading, guys? We're heading to Kopies. So now here's Kopies there. So now what will be the distance from here, from Bloemfontein to this national road where it corresponds with Kopies there? So the distance from here to there, we can use the right-hand side. So you can look at the distance here. Here is the distance there. connect these two. So the distance from here vertical getting to this point, it's about 265. So that is your distance. And then for when you get to this point, and then from this national road, so you need to get inside using the regional road, and then to get to copies. Therefore, the distance from the main road to I say I want to say this copies now. Imagine. So when to get to this point here, therefore it's going to be 10. So you're gonna say 10. So now when you add these two, therefore, and then this it will give us the total of. You can add it there, and then I think the answer is going to be 445 kilometers. That should be your answer, therefore. But there's another way, yes, of calculating it. Yeah, but let's say if you will not be using this site to calculate the distance between these 2 points here, so you can also this will be your answer. Don't worry, this will be your answer definitely. So you can also calculate this by the distance. You can say add this one, which would be 139 plus, and then here if you're using this on the left hand side, therefore you're going to subtract the 2 points, which is 455 minus 190, and then say plus 10 kilometers. This exactly is supposed to give you the same answer as the one that we got from the top. So that would be your answer again. That's how you can also calculate it. Now let's move on. The next question says 5.6. Tandy took 4 hours and 45 minutes to travel from Bloemfontein to Pretoria. So he took 4 hours 45 minutes, and then calculate Tandy's speed in kilometers per hour. So now this is kilometer hour. That means our speed must be in hours. But here we can already see that there is something that we need to fix here, because there are minutes that are given there. So we need to sort out that one later. On. But now let's start with the distance between the 2 points, between Bloemfontein and Pretoria. So the distance we've already uncovered it here on 5.2. So what's the distance between these two destinations therefore? So we can see that the distance is about 455 kilometers. So there is no need for you to calculate it. We have already identified it there at the top. So now when it comes to time, so we need to fix the time. The speed must be in kilometers per hour. So some of the time there is in minutes. So we need to change that. So now how do we change that? Now let's start by fixing time. So our time, we have 4 hours. There's no problem about it. But we need to fix 45 minutes. So how do you convert these minutes? Therefore, we need to divide by, give us two total hours. So that would be the traveling time with the car. So now we have now kilometers, we have now the hours. So we have got rid of the minutes. So now we can now calculate what the speed, which is the one I'm looking for. So the formula that you are given is this one. This is can you use the formula? So this is the formula. So let's try to use this formula that we have been provided with. So now it's the formula says what distance is equals to speed. We're looking for speed, and then remember that. So now we already have time. So now we need to sort out that. So what is our distance? Our distance, remember, it is 455 kilometers. And then our speed, therefore, it's the one that we're looking for. We're going to write speed like this. And then now we have time. Our time, therefore, is 4 hours, 7 hours. So this is what we have. Now, sort out this, therefore, we're looking for speed. So now what do? We want to divide both sides of the equal sign by 4,75 hours. So now we also decide you want to divide by the same thing. So now when you look now this side, because we have the same time, these two are going to cancel each other. So when they cancel each other, you're left with what? We are left with the speed. So we need to say now speed is going to be equals to what? So speed is going to be equals to this whole thing here. speed is going to be equal to. So now when you divide this, therefore, how much do you get? So I'm sure that in your calculator, we are getting 90. Yeah, 95,789, and there's also numbers that are continuous there. But remember, you can run off your answer to 2 decimal places. But how do you do that? To 2 decimal places, that means after a comma, there must be 2 numbers. So when you do that, therefore, you must check the third number here on this decimal, the third number after this comma. So the third number after this comma here. So now if you check there, we have 9. So if we have 9, if you have any number, let's say if you have any number between 0 to 4, that means your final answer was going to be 95,78. It was not going to change. But here, because we have 9, which is it's any number between 5 to 9. 5 to 9. So therefore, so now, because we have any number between 5 to 9, therefore, you must add 1 on this 8. So this, therefore, the final answer, therefore, is going to be 95,79 kilometers per hour. So this would be your final answer for this one. Okay, moving along, guys, to the next question, the last question here. It says, the national park are all indicated, parks are all indicated with a square symbol on the map. And as if you travel to a national park, what's the probability of you ending up at the Kruger National Park? Give your answer as a percentage. Now, let's repeat again. They say the national park are here indicated by a square. And remember in the beginning, in the previous videos, I've said that we have these squares here that you're going to see in the map. So these are the place of interest that you're going to find here on the map. So, but now it can be any place, but these are the places of interest that one might want to look at. But now this, it does not really signify that all of these therefore are going to be the national park. But now let's look at this question here. So in this symbol, but this does not also exclude, remember, this does not also exclude the Amma National Park. And you remember we said last time on the previous video, on episode number 4, we said that national park you see them by this sign there, which is NP, which is a national park. So now let's look at this one. We have Valpo, so you have NP. Therefore, this one it will be the national park. So as you can see, and now we come to this one here. We have W Pretoria. So now game reserve. So a game reserve, guys, is the same. It's the same as a game reserve, guys, is the same as a national park. So these are the same. Guys. Don't worry, these one are the same. Yeah, reserve park and national park are the same, guys. Game reserve are the same. So this also a national park. We can count it for these two now. And then we have also a Kruger National Park, which is part of the question. And we have here RTPS Dam. So RTPS Dam, is it a national park? Definitely, guys, the correct answer is you've said it in your heart. This is not a national park. It's not a national park. So we're going to exclude this one. This is also a place of interest. Remember, these squares, they represent also national route, but not exclusively. Also not exclusive national park, but also it's part of them. But now let's look at this one now. We have this one here. It's Pilletsberg, therefore NP. This is a national park, as we can see. So now there are how many national park here? So definitely you can see that we have a total of 4. But the question when was asked was the probability of ending up at Kruger National Park. So we're looking at the probability of one ending up at Kruger National Park. So what are how many Kruger National Park that are there on the map? There's only one. Out of how many national parks? Therefore, there are 4. But the question there, it says give your answer as a percentage. We have not answered the question if you leave it like this. This is a proper fraction, but it's not a percentage. So therefore, you must multiply this by 100. So when you multiply this by 100, so you're supposed to get 25%. And then this will be your final answer for this question. Guys, thank you very much. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that, guys, you like and share and subscribe, guys, to this channel so that you can get updates on the next installation. Guys, thank you very much. See you next time. Sharp, sharp.